Hi, this is Hardball Retro. Welcome to the Retrodome. This is the second in a series of season recaps for my 1985 As Played replay. The As Played seasons basically utilize the actual schedule, rosters, transactions, and so forth from a given season. Such that I'm I'm managing the California Angels. All the other teams are managed by the computer, and I'm utilizing the starting lineups, the rotation. Basically, um, my input is restricted to player substitutions during the game, managerial strategy, such as whether if I want to hit and run, bunt, steal, um, and obviously the use of relief pitchers. But I am using the actual lineups from a given uh, game um, during throughout the season. So what we're doing here is we're going to look at the stats and standings through games of May 31st, 1985. I'm utilizing Digital Diamond Baseball version 13.1.7. So let's jump right in here. Let's go to the season overview. And we'll take a look at the standings as they are as we enter the month of June here. All right. So over in the American League East, we have the Tigers up by a game and a half over the Toronto Blue Jays. We know that the Jays won the division in real life, so they're hanging right in there. The Yankees are four back, playing 500 ball, as are the Red Sox. The Orioles, Brewers, and Indians are all below 500. All right, over in the AL West, like I said, you can see that I'm managing the Angels. You have the little thumbs up icon here. So I'm 23 and 23. Um, and let's see, the White Sox are ahead. They're actually playing very well here. Mariners, two and a half back. The Royals, who won the division in real life, are four and a half back. And then the Twins and Rangers, and Oakland is in the basement right now, 19 and 27 record. All right, NL East. Got the Cardinals, who won the division in real life. They're up by 3 games over the Mets, four ahead of the Expos, and five up on Philly, with the Cubs and Pirates playing below 500. And in the National League West, we have the Dodgers. They won the division in real life as well. They are a game and a half up on the Reds. The Astros are four and a half back, playing 500 ball. And the Padres, Braves, and Giants are below 500. All right, let's take a look at the leaders. I'm not going to read all of these, but we'll just call out some key names here, and maybe some guys that we wouldn't expect to see. I'll probably point them out as well. So George Brett leading the way for the Royals with a 384 average, leading the American League. Darrell Evans second with a 354. Um, that would be a bit unexpected for me. Yount, Puckett, and Alfredo Griffin hitting 338 is also a bit uh, above what Alfredo had ever achieved in real life. So, but cool to see him up there after 2 months. Home run lead, we've got Tony Armas for the Red Sox with 16, Darrell Evans with 15, Don Mattingly, Don Baylor, Dwight Evans, all in the mix here. And then the RBI lead, we've got Kirk Gibson, one up on Armas, Lance Parrish of the Tigers, Darrell Evans, So we've got 3 Tigers in the top 5 for RBI, and Gary Gaetti with 41. All right, NL batting lead. Willie McGee, 362. Leading the way, Tim Raines Sr. Rock Raines is second. Then we have the Cobra, Dave Parker, Jack Clark, the Ripper, 343, and Craig Nettles for the Padres at 340. That's definitely unexpected. We'll see how he fares the remainder of the season, but he's in the top 5 right now. Pedro Guerrero leading the way with 13 dingers over Parker. Alan Ashby with 11. That is a name I would not expect to be up here. Mike Marshall with 10. Dale Murphy with 10. And then for the RBIs, we've got Parker, Marshall, Guerrero, Carter, and Murphy. Okay, let's take a look at our pitching leaders. Mike Moore of the Mariners, 2.19 ERA and 8 wins. So he's definitely the cream of the crop at the moment. Let's see. Got Rich Dotson, Brett Saberhagen, Jack Morris, and Storm Davis. Then we have, as we said, Moore with 8 wins. We've got Seaver, Bud Black, Chris Cotteroli, Storm Davis with 6. And save lead is a tie between Bob James and Dan Quisenberry with 15 apiece. Greg A. Harris of the Rangers, Willie Hernandez, and Ed Nunez with 12 saves each. NL pitching lead, we've got Dwight Gooden, 1.81 ERA over Kurt Kepshire, Joaquin Andujar, Fernando Valenzuela, and Atlee Hammaker, 2.56 in the top 5 there. Let's see here. Doc Gooden leading the way with 8 victories. Kepshire, Tudor, Valenzuela, and Andujar rounding out the top 5. Save lead, we've got a 4-way tie. Scott Gereltz of the Giants, Tom Niedenfuhr of the Dodgers, Jeff Reardon, and Lee Smith of the Cubs. Jesse Orosco also making it with 12 there. MVP, we've got Kirk Gibson over Cal Ripken at the moment. Tony Armas, Darrell Evans, and Lance Parrish in there. AL Cy Young, Mike Moore over Tom Seaver, and Joe Cowley, Chris Cotteroli, and Storm Davis. They would not be pitchers that I would expect to be in there. NL MVP, we've got Dave Parker over Tim Raines, Pedro Guerrero, Tom Herr, Mike Marshall, and Dwight Gooden over John Tudor, Kirk Kepshire, Fernando, and Andujar rounding out the top 5 there. All right, hitting streaks. Current hitting streak, Wade Boggs with 14. Whitaker with 19-game hitting streak was the longest of the season so far. And in the NL, it was Parker with an 18-game hitting streak. Just scroll down here. Yeah, nothing too much of interest there. All right, and now we'll go to the reports section and check out any special events here. Let's look that up. All right, so I'm not going to go through all these. Let's just see if there's anything of interest. I don't care about errors, runners on base, and so forth. We do have several guys with 3 homer games. Doug Lohman of the Brewers, 3 homer game. And Don Mattingly, Tony Armas, Enos Cabell, and Gary Renicky. And it says Renicky drove in 8 runs. So let's keep scrolling here. Okay, George Brett with a 6-hit game. Oh, that was back in April. I probably already reviewed that. Never mind. RBIs, runs, stolen bases. Okay, 4 stolen base game for Rock Reigns. Errors. Okay, hits for the cycle. We have Jesse Barfield of the Jays hitting for the cycle here. And inside the park home run, Rick Rhoden, pitcher for the Pirates, inside the park homer on May 10th. And Doc Gooden with a 12 strikeout game. And he did fire a no-hitter back in April, so that would be on our April recap, so you can check that out. All right. I am curious. I know it was early in the month of May. I want to check this game. Doug Lohman would be someone I would not expect to see up here. And let's see the box score here. And I thought it was. I thought he did this against me. So Brewers Angels, Doug Lohman, 4 for 5, 7 RBIs, 3 homers. And it was his first 3 homers of the year. And he went off on, let's see, Witt, Lugo, and Corbett all gave up homers. So I'm sure that they were all involved in that. So there's the box for the game. Let's look at the scorecard real quick here. So he made an out in his first at-bat. Then he doubled in his second bat. And then he had 3 straight at-bats with home runs. In the 5th, there we go, against Mike Witt. If you hover over it, Urbano Lugo and Doug Corbett. There we go. All right. Well, that'll conclude our recap for the May of 1985 in my As Played replay. Again, thanks for checking out my videos. Until next time, keep playing ball, and we'll see you soon. Take care.